Your new life is going to cost you your old one. This took me so long to internalize, and because of it, I struggled so much. I used to be the worst. I used to be the bottom of the bottom of the barrel. 4 years ago, my life looked completely different than it does today.
Take a perky, make the pain go away. Hey.
I used to wake up and my first thought was, how am I going to get high today?
Someone get him.
I would go and I would look inside my pill container to see how many Xanax I had left. And if I had enough, which was 1 or 2 bars, I would make myself a little smoothie. So I'd go get the shake, no protein, just throw them in there, pour some almond milk, and I'd throw some frozen fruit in there too, and then some yogurt, and now I have myself a way to feel good. It took me 3 years of living like this to realize that I felt worse every time. And so when I finally got out of this bad habit of taking these Xanax and drinking it down so that I could just forget, I had to embrace new patterns of thinking. I had to change the way that I was because what I was doing wasn't getting me to where I wanted to be. And it was only once I let go of these anchors that were holding me down, the anchors of addiction, the anchors of negative thinking. It was only when I let those things go that I could actually feel free, that I could actually be myself. You have to let go of the things that you are holding on to if you want to move to your newest and best version of self. Because a lot of times we're clinging on. What are you still holding on to? What do you have in this life, the one that you're constantly trying to escape from, that is so good, that's keeping you here? I just went through my closet and I found a bunch of stuff that I felt was really weighing me down, and I decided, why am I holding on to this? I had this, what do you call this? It's a mic stand. I had this mic stand from when I used to record music in there, and a bunch of other stuff that's just old baggage. We don't realize that objects have energy. Whatever you have in your environment is shaping your mind. There are mental weights that you put in your environment that don't allow you to fly, that don't allow you to be free. Do you know why birds are able to fly? It's not because they have wings. It's because they're light. It's because their weight is proportionate. So how can you become more proportionate? How can you let go? I think it starts with looking around your environment and seeing how it can change. My bedroom used to look very different than it does now. And yesterday night, as I looked up at my wall, I saw a different person. I saw somebody that is going to be successful. Because if I'm constantly filling my mind with these ideas, with these quotes, with these thoughts, eventually it's going to be imprinted in my brain that success is just a natural way of being. Success is your way of being. We just have to tap into it. And so this comes with the realization that we have to kill our old self in order to become our newest and best version of self. For a lot of time, I didn't do this well. I would start good habits like going to the gym and reading and journaling and meditating, but I didn't do it intentionally. And so I couldn't use those good habits to remove my bad ones. If I could go back in time, I would do it with the intention of, I'm going to stop smoking weed, and at night instead, I'm going to take a walk. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to meditate. Because why was I smoking? I realized I was smoking because I wanted to feel good. And then when I looked at my life, one day I'm coming back from boxing, and I've just done one of the hardest workouts that I've ever done. I thought I was at my limit. My heart was beating out of my chest. And I felt fantastic after I was done. And now I'm in my car and I'm driving, getting ready to go home. And I had a little joint in my car and I was about to light it. And I'm asking myself, why am I doing this? It literally doesn't make sense. I already feel good. Like, can I feel better than good? And so I think it comes from understanding that what you're doing right now, whatever bad habit you have, it comes from an insecurity in self. And it comes from you wanting to feel good, and that's okay. But when you do feel good, realize you can't feel better than good, right? Become aware, have some awareness. Realize that your new life is going to cost you your old one, but your new one is going to be so much more happy, so much more worthwhile. And you're going to feel good every day being yourself without anything that has a downside, like drugs do, and weed, and drinking. Your new life, there's a reason why you want to go towards it. There's a reason why you feel like what you're doing right now isn't the best that you can do. And there's a good reason for the pain that you're feeling, because you know you're worth more and you know that you can have better from life. And so life is just gently nudging you and telling you, hey, you could change directions and you can have a better life. Take those feelings and understand them. Understand that life isn't being unfair to you. Realize that life is late. If you're feeling bad right now, it's because of something you did in the past, which means you can feel better in the future by doing something good for yourself right now. Start some better habits. Start reading. Start journaling, meditating. You don't have to do it all at once, and you don't have to do it at such a hard level. If you're just starting, start easy. You never learned how to ride your bike by hopping on it and just pedaling. You had training wheels. Do the same thing. Journal 1 word a day. Meditate for 1 minute. But remember that your old self has to die before your new one can be born. You got this. Don't spend so much time worrying. Spend time thinking about what kind of life you actually want to have. And realize that you can have it. Anything that you can dream is yours. All it is time catching up. The space continuum, it's not something we understand so well. But realize life is late. You're putting in the work right now. By listening to this right now, you are planting the seeds for your future success. I have an online community of young men who are improving themselves on a daily basis. You can join. It's the first link in the description. We're the Spartans. It's free for now, but it won't be forever. I want to know what exactly it is that you need help with, what it is that you're struggling with, and I want to be able to help you. So join, and we'll talk in there. All right, brother. Peace.